Miami! To mission control, we have liftoff. Phinhub! Phinhub! We talking Dolphins City! Phinhub, Phinhub! Yeah! It's that Dolphins show! Phinhub!
Welcome to the Phinhub Show, the one NFL podcast you can't leave off your roster. Now here's your host, Joey and Kevin Tejido.
All right, welcome to another episode of the Phinhub Show, powered by BetUS. Guys, if you haven't already, make sure to check out BetUS and use code YouTube150 for a 150% bonus on your first deposit. The Miami Dolphins will be facing the Buffalo Bills in Buffalo. A challenging game. Make sure to get your bets in using BetUS. I'd probably go against the Dolphins here on this one, but not going to do it. Just don't have it in my heart. But either way, check out BetUS, place your bets, use code YouTube150, and win you some money. The Miami Dolphins will be headed to Buffalo tomorrow, and will be facing the Bills at 1 p.m. It's going to be a challenge for the Miami Dolphins to pull out the victory here, especially considering so many of our defenders, our top defenders actually, are not going to be healthy and available for the game against Josh Allen. I think it's out of our top five, most people would agree our top five defenders would include Ramsey, Sealer, Chubb, Phillips, and Holland. 4 out of those 5 will be out. Holland will not be playing. Sealer will not be playing. Of course, Phillips, he had a season-ending injury. And Chubb is still not back from IR. So the Miami Dolphins will be very shorthanded, at least on defense. And Josh Allen has had our number. He is 12-2 for his career against the Miami Dolphins, throwing for 42 touchdowns and only 9 interceptions. Stopping Josh Allen is difficult for any team, but he becomes a different beast when it's against the Miami Dolphins for whatever reason. He rises up to the challenge and he takes us on head first. This was supposed to be the year where the Dolphins took the AFC East. A lot of people had us up there, and the Bills were supposed to take that step back, and it hasn't happened. The Dolphins are looking terrible, and it's crazy to think, there's all this talent on this team. A lot of our players are injured. But either way, the way I see it is there's so much at stake here. You have all of this talent on this team, and how do you justify keeping all of this talent right before the trade deadline and rolling with this talent into next season when you're 2-6 to start the season potentially with another loss against Buffalo tomorrow? We haven't won in Buffalo in almost 8 years, and we've had 8 straight losses in Buffalo. The odds are highly stacked against Miami, and sure, Tua made the Miami Dolphins offense look so much better and didn't show us a lot of signs of rust. And the only negative thing that I think everyone could agree on were the snap issues. One of them being extremely costly, ended up being a safety, and especially considering the Miami Dolphins only lost by 1 point. So that was huge. But it's going to be tough, even with a sharp-looking Tua, to stop this Bills team. We're going to have to essentially outscore them because the way the defense looked in that second half against Arizona, wow, that was tough to watch. It really was. And Josh Allen is another animal. Like that guy can do it all. So it's going to be extremely difficult for the Miami Dolphins to pull off this win. I still think there's a possibility. Call me crazy. Dolphins hopeful over here. We keep watching them every Sunday expecting different results, but whatever. I guess that's part of the fandom. There's a 3.6% chance to make it to the playoffs, according to odds makers. And that's hey, you're saying there's a chance, right? And this is why we play the game. Although we've looked terrible to start the season, there's still an opportunity and there's still a chance in this AFC. The Bills are running away with the division, but what would a win do for the Miami Dolphins in the AFC? What would that do for the Miami Dolphins in general as far as momentum carrying over to the second half of the season now? I think that would be a huge boost, and we can carry that on into what's the next game? I believe we're going up against the Raiders. Then we have the Rams. Some winnable games there. We still have the Jets to play, who just beat the Texans. Granted, the Texans were also without Nico Collins and Stephon Diggs, so they're shorthanded too. The Jets haven't looked great either, and they are 3-6, I believe, at this time. So the Miami Dolphins still have the Jets to play this season twice. There's an opportunity. There's still a chance. The Miami Dolphins will have to make a crazy resurgence here, and really take advantage of the talent on this team. Health is a huge factor, and it keeps biting us. It seems like every game. Sorry, I have something in my eye. It seems like every game we have another injury and another blow to this team. We can't even get away from it in practice. Zach Sealer has an orbital fracture and will be out the second game in a row. And it's just been tragic. But look, all in all, the Miami Dolphins still do have a chance. We're not numerically eliminated from the playoffs yet. We have a lot of work to do. And Tua coming back, like I said, is a big boost. Chubb should be back hopefully soon. We need to get OBJ going. Now, if the Dolphins lose against the Bills, I want to know, what do you guys think? Do the Dolphins become sellers at the trade deadline? I think that's a huge question. Because like I was saying before, how do you justify keeping all of this talent and having all of this salary on the roster if they're not producing? If the team isn't producing wins? Is it time to look into the future, become sellers at the trade deadline, pick up some draft capital? I think it's a possibility. And it's surely something that I would look into. But yeah, it's going to be tough. It's going to be tough for Miami to pull off this win. And it's going to be tough for Miami to justify that roster, keeping a lot of this talent on the team when the draft is now looking like more and more of a necessity for the Miami Dolphins for the upcoming season. If you guys haven't already, make sure to check out BetUS and use code YouTube150 for 150% bonus on your first deposit. The Miami Dolphins will be facing the Bills. I'm not sure how this is going to go for us. But anyway, make sure to check out BetUS and place your bets today. Thank you guys for sticking it out with me. Good luck tomorrow, and we'll catch you in the next one. Fins up.